All right. What is up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back to the freaking Uncultured Podcast. As always, my name is Andy, and as usual, I'm joined by Chandler. How you doing today, buddy? How's it going, man?
I'm ready for bed.
It's like the middle of the afternoon.
I'm well aware. I didn't stutter, did I?
No, you didn't stutter, but I mean, I'm just saying it is, the middle of the afternoon. Well, I mean,
Well,
fair. I mean, you do you. I don't
we
blame
live
you.
in Texas. We got that Texas heat. Makes you tired.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been a bad summer, which is kind of interesting because usually summer's really rough for us. But now that it's
Yeah.
August is usually like August, September is when we really see the heat. So
I just think it's funny because the other day it was like, oh, a cold front's coming in for the north for Texas and everything. And I looked and it was like 92 for the high. And I was like, is that what we're calling a cold front? And the Texas summer now is 92.
In all fairness, that is cold for us in some regards. We're used to like 100 plus every now and then. So
No, that's fair.
so that is a cold front. I'm surprised they didn't shut schools down or anything. Who knows?
That's because the sun can't produce ice on the road, because that's the only thing that keeps Texans from getting out in crazy weather is the fact that no Texan knows how to drive on ice. It seems like.
Even if it's like a cup of ice spilt on the road, it shuts everything down. So
Well, no, it would melt before that happens.
fair. That's true. Well, I mean, as usual, guys, you know the routine here. We talk about pretty much anything we want, but it kind of seems to focus more around video games. And as usual, we're sticking to that trend today. But before we jump into that topic, we're going to talk a little bit of small talk, kind of go on to what's going on in our lives. So I don't have a whole lot this week, so I'm going to let you start out, Chandler. What's going on in your little world out there?
Well, as you already know, the Donkey Kong Bonanza review video already went live and has done better than I expected it to.
Dude, it's friggin' funny, man. I like kudos to the review. I really like it. You did a good job on it. So
I think it's definitely better than the Doom review, but I'm still learning. I'm growing and I'm trying to own my writing and keep my journalistic integrity, as it were. So
no, it makes sense. I mean, I totally get it. Like you said it yourself. We're both learning. This is a new thing to us. We've done videos and we've talked about projects for years, man. I mean, even the podcast, we talked about doing this for like 3+ years probably before we even sat down in front of a microphone.
Yeah.
So like we're learning here, but
Yep.
It'll take time.
I'm working. Oh yeah, and then I'm working, as you know. I'm going to keep it secret for now, even though you already know what it is.
Yep.
But I'm working on the largest project that I have worked on so far for my personal channel. It has definitely been an undertaking so far, and it's probably going to be a little rough for my first larger one, but it's because it's larger, and I'm not used to navigating something that, has so many moving parts to it. So I'm working on that one, though, as we speak, but as you already know as well, I've been on vacation this week, so I've just been kind of taking it easy and relaxing. I started up Liza P, which I already told you that because I knew you'd be really happy. So, and I am thoroughly enjoying it.
Dude, it's
fantastic.
so good. So good.
I'm at the factory right now. I just got to the factory. So
okay.
Love it. It's fantastic. It's even pulled me into the point where I'm actually trying to do all the side stuff too, from how interested I am in this world.
Dude, I love the atmosphere that game creates, man. It's so good. Yeah, and I really want to dig into Overture. I know I text you about it, but I want to play that DLC so bad. I need to dig back into it.
Yeah, no, I am loving the game so far. And then I did watch a movie the other day. I watched The Black Phone, since The Black Phone 2 is coming out in October.
Yep.
I hadn't watched it yet.
I haven't seen it, but I know it.
It's really good. It's really good. You can tell. So it's based off a book, and you can definitely tell that the source material was written by Stephen King's son, because it's very King-esque and King-inspired.
Yeah, no, of course.
So, yeah, but it was really good. I enjoyed it, and I'm definitely curious to see how the second movie's going to be, especially considering the fact that the book does not have a sequel. But from my understanding, Joe Hill is, working with them on development of the second movie, so that way it can be true to his vision too. So just from my understanding, that's how they're doing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out in October. But
no,
And yeah, that's about it.
No, I was just gonna
movie.
say I've never seen Black Phone. I've always heard really good things about it though. So
Oh, check it out. It's good. Do you have Peacock? I think it's on Peacock is what I watched it on.
I don't know. I know my wife. We jump around from subscription to subscription, and there was a few. I know we had it at one point, but I don't think she liked it or she watched all the shows she wanted to see, so she may have canceled it and moved to something else because we kind of jump around. So
Fair enough. And then I started another movie that came out at the beginning of the year that's on streaming now. It's called The Woman in the Yard.
okay,
And I remember whenever it came out, it did not have good reviews whatsoever. And I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. Keep in mind, it's the middle of the afternoon. I put this movie on. I watched maybe 30 minutes and I was out cold. I fell asleep. So later
fair
that
enough.
night, since I had a small little nap, I tried to stay up and watch the movie. So I just started from where I left off. I made it maybe 20 more minutes into this movie and I fell asleep again. Like it's boring.
So you need to send me that video because now I know how I can get to sleep. So
Oh yeah, for a horror movie, your horror movie should not bore me.
fair. No,
I'm
I
just saying.
I agree. I agree.
So, but no, that's really about it. Like I said, just been taking it easy, working on this top secret project and playing some video games in my downtime and trying to get in a fresh point of view after the Donkey Kong Bonanza review for whatever game I end up reviewing next because there's a lot coming out on the horizon, man. So, and there's probably going to be some that we do together too.
Yep.
So,
I'm hoping so, man. We got a lot. Yeah, we need to start making some skits and stuff like that together. Like I would really like to do that.
I was going to say I would love if we were both able to do the Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta review together since you and I are both big Metal Gear fans, but I know it also just kind of depends on how the cards fall in both of our lives at that time too. So
well, we can talk about that more, but I would like to be a part of that one too. Like we'll figure something out, man.
yeah.
We'll definitely figure out something there. For me, it's been a crazy few weeks, guys. Obviously, with last week's episode, you guys know kind of where my stance was. And I do want to say thank you. I've had a few people reach out, kind of, share their condolences and stuff like that. I appreciate all the support and the kind words. I really do. It meant the world to me. I mean, I still, I have her collar right here. I'm holding on to her collar just so she's, kind of here in support. Like, it's a small thing, but it's like I've got her, right there. So I appreciate the kind words and thank anyone for the Facebook messages and all that stuff. You guys are amazing. But I haven't had a whole lot of free time. It's been a crazy, the details for me, man. Like I literally just kind of told you everything, and I text you all the time about this stuff. But no, I haven't had a chance to really play too much. I've been playing still a bunch of Schedule 1, and I am at I've been playing this freaking game so much. I have one trophy left to get.
Really?
Yeah, and it's literally just get a net worth of $10 million.
Really?
That's all the game is. Now, at this point, I have all of these buildings that are fully automated out producing product, and I just have to sit there long enough for it to hit 10 million and I'll get the trophy. Like it's 100% done. It's just the waiting game at this point. But that game's a lot of fun. I've been putting a lot of time in that. And I know season 26 of Apex Legends started, so I know you're not a big shooter or Apex guy, but that's been exciting for me because they added some new stuff. But something I don't think I told you this already. I actually watched a couple TV shows and movies and stuff like that.
I'm shocked. Getting you to sit down and watch something is like pulling teeth.
It really is. So, while playing Schedule 1, I finished off the rest of Rick and Morty that's on Hulu, which I thought that was pretty enjoyable.
Okay. Does it get better, honestly?
It's worth watching. Okay. I still don't think it's as good as the original seasons. Like, I feel like those times have passed because
even then it was just season 1 and season 2. It tapers off after.
But it's still enjoyable. But it's gotten so far out there, man, and it's like the part that gets me is it's incredible how well they're handling the far outreaches of all these crazy jokes that they've got to maintain. Mm-hmm. And it's like I would have forgotten that 5 seasons ago. But no, it's like there's that little nod to it and stuff like that. So I don't know. I liked it, but again, it is what it is. It's enjoyable in my opinion. But I actually watched the Devil May Cry anime.
I watched the first episode.
I really liked it, but the first episode is the weakest by far.
Oh, really?
Yes. To me, like, my wife and I were watching it, and we finished the first episode, and I was like, I'm not sure I really want to continue this. And we were doing stuff, we were eating, and, like, we were messing around with some other things, and I was like, screw it, just play the second episode. And by the end of the second episode, I was like, all right, I want to watch more. And we just kept watching. There's definitely more of an they're really setting up a big story arc. Like that's given by watching it. But I actually really liked it. I was impressed.
See, I watched the first episode, and the two things that I took away from it is I do not like the lead female character, who is the the designated badass of the strike team, and you know who I'm talking about,
yes,
right?
Yes.
She gets on my nerves. She is very grating and very annoying, and that's pretty bad if that happens in your first episode. And then second thing is Dante is voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, who also voices Vash and Trigun. So I'm watching Dante jump around with guns and listening to Johnny Young Bosch's voice, and I'm just like, it's just Vash.
Yeah, no, that was my gripe. Is that's not the voice I imagined for Dante. But
oh, really? Okay.
By the end of the series, I liked it. Like I was okay with it.
Does the lead female character get better? Because oh my gosh,
I didn't have any complaints. Like her character was just like that character that kind of was like, all right, you're gonna be that character, you're gonna be that person.
See,
by the end of it, I didn't mind. Like to be honest, I didn't have any gripes. The only thing that I can say against it, and I don't even think it's really fair to say against it, is if I had to compare it, the Castlevania anime was infinitely better.
Well, it's also the same studio, isn't it?
I don't know on that.
Okay.
But what I'm getting at is I was comparing it like, okay, Castlevania was really freaking good. Let's see how Devil May Cry is. I think Castlevania is a better anime of the two, but I wouldn't be opposed to watching them again.
Okay. I was really hoping you were fixing to look at me and you were like, I finally watched One Piece and it changed my life.
Dude, we could record this podcast for the next 6 years, and I don't think I would finish that anime in time.
I'm so upset. You need to watch it. But no, in all seriousness, though, did you watch Common Side Effects yet?
That's what I was literally about to ask you, because I was like,
did you watch it?
No. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh.
I just set up Hulu on my PC while I was playing Schedule 1, and I was like, there was a show that Chandler told me to watch, and I saw Solar Opposites, and I was like, no, it's not that, but it's something like that, and I couldn't remember the name, and I was going to text you, and I never did, but Common Side Effects. So that is one I'm going to watch, because I have, like, if I'm playing Schedule 1, I can, put it right here and watch it, so.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, though. Once you start it, if you're playing something while watching it, you're not going to be playing by the end of the first episode.
Fair enough.
Because it pulls you in, dude.
Well, no.
So good.
I mean, I get it, but Schedule 1 is fully automated at this point. I've just got a couple buttons and switches I got to push to maintain it. Like it's playing on its own at this point, so it makes it easy. So
you know what? I'm gonna text it to you right now so you don't forget. So
fair enough.
I want you to watch this show, man.
Well, do you have anything else you want to cover before we get into the topic?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Well, so there's a little bit of a funny story to this topic, guys, and I'm going to kind of divulge a little bit. So, obviously, we like playing video games. Who would have guessed? I know. Shocker. Well, there was a game coming out. Do you remember when this game came out? What was the date on it, by any means? Came out a couple weeks ago.
It's July 18th, I think.
Okay. So Shadow Labyrinth just came out. And this is one that I was really excited for. I was kind of on the fence about it, but then they started showing trailers, and it just looks really cool. But there's one I pre-ordered, and I think you pre-ordered it too, but you didn't pick it up yet either.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about cover art design, because to me, they always say don't judge a book by its cover, but I feel like with games you kind of have to.
I absolutely do all the time. If I'm being completely honest, I do all the time.
Well, so Shadow Labyrinth, this is the game that came out a couple weeks ago, and I pre-ordered this edition, the secret edition. This is a big collector's edition, and it actually comes with like a little flashlight and pins and all sorts of other random trinkets. But this is one I was really excited for. And this is not what the box looks like when it comes in. And you didn't even know this. I had to tell you about this. But this is what spurred this topic. And the topic is some of our favorite and least favorite cover art. Mm-hmm. And right now, Shadow Labyrinth is turning into one of my least favorite pieces of cover art because this is what the game actually looks like. And I know most people looking at this are like, oh, that's not bad. It comes with this giant warning sticker that's probably on the shrink wrap. No, that is printed on the box. You take that shrink wrap off, you still have this giant warning label. And it is just, it's ridiculous. Why did it have to be so massive? It's a quarter of the box. Why couldn't it have been a sticker? Why couldn't it have been on the back of the box? Or maybe even just a piece of paper that was inside the box? I don't know. Like, why did they have to do this? This is hideous, in my opinion.
No joke. I just learned this about 30 minutes ago, and I'm still shocked. Like, who at Bandai Namco was like, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's just print the choking hazard on the cover art. Like,
and
whose idea was that?
And the part that kills me, though, is they advertise it this way.
Yeah.
This is how they advertise the game. And that that is clean looking. I like that. That is a really cool piece of cover art. But when I saw this, I was just like, what is that? What is going on here?
Is it the standard edition the same way?
I don't think the standard edition's the same way. Just because this comes with a flashlight that has a lithium-ion battery, so no, it shouldn't be the same way.
Okay, that's what I assumed, but I just wanted to double check because who knows? Maybe they were like, oh well, we already made this cover art with the warning label on it. Why would we waste money doing more cover art? But then again, also, this is just the original cover art. It looks like they just copy and pasted a warning sticker and slapped it on it. So never mind.
And this, I mean, in all fairness, this isn't. I don't think this is a slip sleeve cover to the game. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a box that goes around it. So you open the box, you get all the little trinkets, you take the game out. The game's in the original cover art. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world. You get rid of the box. But for me, it's a thing of like, who thought this was a good idea? How is this appealing to be something to sell?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So I was really frustrated. I'm on the fence about picking up my copy now. Like, I think the game's going to be fine. Like, the game's going to be great. It looks very interesting for what it is. Some kind of Metroidvania, nightmare, Pac-Man fueled kind of craziness. Like, it looks cool as hell. But, like, to me, this is a QA thing. I can't believe nobody at the company was like, that looks a little weird. Or maybe
so they were just like, what if what happened was that somebody was like, that looks a little weird, and another person in the boardroom was just like, well, whenever somebody chokes on this lithium-ion battery, we'll foot you the bill, sir.
Oh, my thing is, I wonder if they thought this was going to be a sticker.
No, maybe.
Like, I wonder when they were designing everything, they thought, you know, this is what's going to look like. That's going to be the sticker. We'll just place it there. And they were like, cool, print it. And they were just like, oh, no, we were going to make that a sticker. And they were like, oh, well, we already printed thousands of copies. So, whoops.
Yep.
So.
I better not do something goofy with Pac-Man World 2 remake.
I know you're excited about that one, so.
Oh, I can't freaking wait, man.
So this is the point of the episode. We're going to talk about some of our least favorite cover art, but don't worry, guys. We're also going to throw in some little tidbits at the end on some of our favorite pieces of cover art too, and we got some really good ones coming up that I'm excited to talk about. But I'm gonna stop beating this dead horse because they're gonna just put a warning label on me. So I'm gonna roll it over to you and let you talk about your next one. So, or your first one.
All right. So yeah, my first bad cover art is actually a game that I really enjoy, and it's a franchise that I enjoy as a whole. And fun fact, the fourth one just got announced.
It did.
So extremely excited about that. But Darksiders 2 Death Definitive Edition is the PS4 and Xbox One copy of Darksiders 2. It was originally released on PS3 and Xbox 360, and I hate this cover art. I don't know what it is. It's like I told you, but just a close up of a character's face as your cover art is like the laziest cop out to me for making cover art, and especially compared to the original one, which I know we have a picture pulled up of that one as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
the original to me is so much cooler, and especially because in Darksiders 2, if you don't know what Darksiders is, in each one you play as one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and two you play specifically as Death.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that pops into my mind whenever I look at the original is, the saying, "Death rides a pale horse." And it just, I don't know why, but it just cements it in my mind like I'm playing as Death in this one. This one is going to rock.
Now,
And then I look.
well,
What?
go ahead. You're good.
Oh, and then I look at the Definitive Edition or however it's pronounced, and I'm just like, you kind of took away some of the badassery from the original.
Now, just to be kind of clear, the definitive edition. I'm just gonna go with definitive. This was the collector's edition. This was like the big
No.
fancy special edition, right?
No, it was the PS4 and Xbox One remaster.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because
Okay.
they remastered the first and the second one for PS4 and Xbox One, and leading up to 3's release. So they had Definitive Edition for 2, and then they had War Mastered Edition for the first one.
Okay. Because for me,
So-
I don't hate this cover art, man. Like, I like the artistic side of this. Like, to me, it's really cool looking. I like the eyes, how they pop out at you and stuff like that. I do like this cover art. It's not the greatest. Just kind of alluding to your next one, I agree to what your other one is. This one I don't hate though. Like, I don't know.
Well, my issue is the biggest thing is, my dog just barked, if you heard that, by the way. But anyway, my biggest thing is that great, she barked and I lost my train of thought. Oh, a good cover art should convey what your game is going to be,
Agreed.
and this conveys nothing to me.
I mean, fair. We could play the argument game there, play devil's advocate, but it's like, this is the definitive edition. You should already know. This is a remake of the original.
Okay, that's fair, but the purpose of them doing 2 and 1 on PS4 and Xbox One was to promote the original 2 to get more sales before 3 coming out. So if you have all these people who didn't know what it was originally, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just giving you shit on that, but no, I don't hate this cover art. I get your stance on it though. It's very straightforward. Like, it's just his face. But I like the art. I think this is a great poster.
I'll agree there.
I think this would be a really cool poster, but for a cover art, when you're like, well, what kind of a game is it? Is it action RPG? Is it, extreme checkers? Like, what are we playing here? So I get it.
Yeah. It conveys nothing to explain what this game is.
So I don't know. I get it. But I mean, I like both of these. I like both of the cover art. I do like the original as well. So
Yeah.
So anything?
Yeah, Darksiders 4 is on the way. I'm ready.
Did they give a date on it yet? I didn't get to watch that trailer yet.
They haven't yet. I'm just super excited for it because Darksiders 1 came out, and I believe it was like 2009. So
Jesus.
That's the thing is, if you know anything about Darksiders, the first one came out in 2009, and then they had Darksiders 2, Darksiders 3, and Darksiders Genesis, which I still in my head call it Darksiders Genius, based off of the guy you told me about that you met that one time who called it that.
Yep.
Yeah, so I still call Darksiders
Genesis
in my head Darksiders Genius, but they're all prequels to the first one.
Yeah.
So 4. And just, like, I'm not going to spoil anything, but, like, the first Darksiders ends on a massive cliffhanger.
Okay.
And so Darksiders 4 is the actual continuation of the first Darksiders.
I was really surprised when you sent me that link. Like, this was not on my 2025 bingo card, that's for sure.
Oh, I'm so excited for it, though, man.
Who did we say was doing it? I forgot.
Gunfire Games.
Gunfire, okay. Yeah,
because... Gunfire did 3.
I
So,
wonder. Okay, that explains that. I was like, I wonder how they got the rights then, but that makes sense.
well, Gunfire. It's I don't know who actually owns the rights. Gunfire is just developing it, but
Okay, well, yeah, I was just like, who's touching that IP? Like, that's what's going on. I was
uh,
really surprised when I
oh,
saw 4.
Gunfire also does the game you hate.
That narrows it down.
Yeah, I know they do Remnant from the Ashes and Remnant 2.
Okay, I mean, I wasn't. I thought you were talking remothered for a second there. Like,
No, 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 no. No, they do Remnant because I know you told me once that you did not care for Remnant, and I'm like, it's not bad though.
it's not bad, but it's not great in my opinion. I never played 2. I've heard 2 was really, really good. So,
I never played 2 either. I only played the first one.
but well, I'm gonna go into my next one unless you got anything you want to cover here. So.
Nope, let's keep going before we get sidetracked by something else.
Yep, fair enough. So my next game is this one hurts, man, because this is actually a really freaking good game. This would honestly be probably one of my best, like if I had to give like a top 10 list like on like 360 PS3, I think this would be up there in that list, like hands down. Like this is a phenomenal game. But Batman Arkham City had this is the original cover art. This art is amazing. This game, like, dude, they just did no wrong with any of this, like, this game, including the game, the development, the gameplay, even the cover art. All of it is just phenomenal and perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Then the game started selling like crazy. The game started reviewing like crazy. The game started doing extremely well. And then we got the Game of the Year edition.
Yep.
And we got this. And I will say, if you took all of the red out of this box, like, it would look really freaking cool. But, like, what is with all the 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, Game of the Year, like, what
I
is...
just realized something, too. What's up in the top right corner?
That's a watermark for something else.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought it was a part of the box art for a second. I was like, what is that?
No, I just noticed that too. That's some kind of watermark from whoever, I guess, copied this. But like, this cover art hurts my soul, man. If it didn't have any of this stuff, like this box art would be incredible. Him wiping his face with the bloody gauntlet, like that would be awesome. But why all of this, man? What is going on here? So
Also, I don't like the Batman logo in the background.
I do. I would honestly, I think that would be really cool if they got rid of this. I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor. If they got rid of that Arkham's and just did that, like I think that would look really clean.
Okay, fair enough. I agree.
But like, it's just like it's so much, man, and it's so unnecessary. Like, put all the review stuff on the back. Like, it doesn't need to be there.
How else are you going to know that it did amazing?
Well, everybody else already bought it, so they already know.
Is Game of the Year edition not a good enough indication?
No, of course not. So, the Game of the Year just means it comes with DLC. That doesn't mean it's good.
Okay, fair enough. fair enough. I can't argue with that.
So, that is a really good point that I just like. It just came up out of nowhere, but that is a good point.
Yeah, it is. I can't even argue with that.
But no, Arkham City, phenomenal game, and like I said, the original cover art was incredible. Even if you, because I bought the collector's edition when it came out, and it came with a little statue of that Batman right there on the
on the gargoyle.
Yes, the gargoyle. But it's also in a little box with like the city being a background of it, so it's like a little diorama of him on the edge of a building, which looks incredible. And then they did that to fans. You know,
and then they bastardized it.
Yeah, they just killed that right there. So I don't know. This is going to be one of my other least favorite pieces of cover art. If you buy the game, like, enjoy it. Like, the game's incredible. I don't even know if you can get the DLC anymore. It's all incredible. This game is perfection. This game is a 10 out of 10. It is accurate on the box. If you can't see that, so
if you get the Return to Arkham edition that comes with Asylum, it comes with all the DLCs for both games.
Okay.
Yeah. Which also, speaking, because I said bastardize, here's a fun bastard thing that happened to me yesterday.
Okay.
So I took I took my daughter to the park yesterday, and I parked behind this one vehicle, and it had a window sticker on the back of Bobby Hill, and it just said, "My dad said, my dad says, I just it says my dad says butane is a bastard gas,"
I've seen that.
and it cracked me up.
I saw that somewhere. I don't know where though, but that I remember seeing that. That's crazy.
It got a chuckle out of me.
But that's all I'm gonna have on this box, unless you got anything you want to say, or if you just want to get into your next one.
Well, all I'm going to say is what you've already said, because we're in 100% agreement on this. Original cover art, fantastic. Game of the Year edition, awful, but great game though. If you haven't played it, you definitely should.
100%. So I'm gonna let you
review it. If we were to review it today for
easy.
this channel, it would be a 10 out of 10. No questions asked.
No, not even a doubt. Like we just did the review. There you go.
Yep. Just you should. All right, right now you're editing this one, right? Just put it up. 10 out of 10.
I'll just use this cover art. I don't even have to make a screenshot.
Batman Arkham City gets the official freaking uncultured rating of 10 out of 10.
I'll just put our logo right beside it. Boom, problem solved.
Hey, it's just another aspect of the box art.
They'll reprint it. They'll have to reprint it and make it again.
Yep, there we go. We'll go with where the 4 news is.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you roll into your next one, man.
Yeah, so my next one, it's like I told you whenever we were pulling up all these pictures, I definitely have a pattern of box arts that I hate. And this next one is for another franchise that I love dearly, but God of War 3's box art.
Oh, God. I did it again.
Oh, God, I wasn't ready. Oh, man.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, no, I don't think Kratos was either. But God of War 3's box art is awful. The zoomed in of zoom in of Kratos' face. Like I said, I feel like it's very, very lazy. Especially if you'll go ahead and pull up the other one I sent you.
Yep.
Compared to God of War's older box arts. So this is the first God of War game. And you can see, it's Kratos outside of one of the main locations in the game that you have to go to. And even on God of War 2's box art, it's a very similar style where it's Kratos, like posting up at where he needs to be, like he's fixing to just go in and wreck shop. And they had the perfect opportunity to continue that trend with God of War 3's box art, considering the fact that you're storming Mount Olympus in God of War 3. So you could have had Kratos, like, literally, just about, like he is right in the cover art we just showed, where, like he's got his blades drawn and he's ready to attack, and it could have been a background of Mount Olympus, but no, this is what we got, though. And it was a completely missed opportunity, and it's another one of those things that obviously at this point, everybody knows what God of War is more than Darksiders.
Yep.
But honestly, it still conveys nothing about what this game is.
No, agreed. I mean, I feel like this, in my opinion, is one of those, you know what you're getting when you get God of War, especially the third one. I think, that's not a secret by any means. But again, I feel like, especially with as big and grandeur as God of War 3 was, I feel like they could have done so much more.
I know. Well, like I said, they already had such a great process of the first 2 games of him being outside, a main location of an area that he's fixing to just go in and wreck shop in, and it's just a missed opportunity. That's all I'm saying. It could have been grandiose. It could have been on this episode for some of my favorite cover art, but this is what we got instead.
Nope. I mean, I agree. I get it. So.
Yep. Do you have anything you want to say about this, though?
No, again, I think I understand your side of the argument of that it doesn't show anything on the game. It doesn't really depict anything. It's just a close-up of his eyeball,
Yep.
But I like this design. I think it looks cool. But again, to me, this is a poster. This would be a better piece of art hanging up on my wall instead of, being cover art. Because like we were saying with the first one, this gives me, I still don't have a ton of detail, but this tells me more. I feel like I get more out of this.
Hmm.
So
Seeing this one on this cover art, at least you know you're going to be killing things.
yeah, I mean, you got two giant ass blades, so.
So
But again, I don't hate this. Like I will say I like this one less than I do the Darksiders one. Like I like the Darksiders one. I like the way it looks.
do you like this one less because it's not like a full, it's not like Kratos' full face, whereas the one for Darksiders 2 was Death's full mask?
I think that plays a part of it. Like I feel like I'm looking at Death. I feel like I was taking a picture and he just walked in front of my camera too close and just kind of pushed me out of the way.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Like
what are you doing?
Yeah, I feel like this was an accidental shot and someone's like, "I've got an idea. Hold on a second." So,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not blown away by this cover art by any means, but you know, it is what it is.
But I need to know who does Kratos' eyelashes, though, man, because they on fleek.
His eyebrows are on point, so.
I know. Well, no, those need to be threaded a little bit. But I mean, other than that, though, his eyelashes, though, that man looks like he wears Maybelline. But so completely not a sponsor, by the way.
You're setting up a sponsorship when the new one comes out, by the way. I don't know if you're aware of that, but now
maybe it's God of War, maybe it's Maybelline.
There's paperwork being drawn up right now, thanks to you. So just FYI. All right, well, we talked about some cover art we don't like, but let's do a palette cleanser and let's talk about some cover art we do like. So, unless you have anything else you want to cover here, so.
Nope, I'm good.
Cool. Well, let's switch it up and talk about some cover art I really like. And this is one of the first things that I thought of personally. There was a couple. Actually, Chandler took one of the ones I was thinking of, but again, we can just daisy chain off one another.
Was it the first? Is it the first one?
It is your. It's your first one. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that,
but for me, Silent Hill Shattered Memories is one of my favorite pieces of cover art. I think it's really it has that really dark, eerie kind of look to it. Like, I like this cover art, but I didn't fall in love with this cover art. When my wife and I went to Japan, I actually found a copy of this overseas. And with the moment I saw this cover art, I was like, I need to buy that. Like, plain and simple, that's coming home with me. I don't care what it costs. Because to me, the Japanese cover art looks so much darker and mysterious than what we got in the States. To me, this is like, that's creepy. That's terrifying. And when it comes to a Silent Hill game, I love it. This is what the box should convey to me.
You know, now that I've looked at them both back to back, and we did before we started recording also, because we were getting all this set together, though. But this one compared to the American box art, because the American box art it's very clear and obvious that she's frozen over almost in a over-exaggerate way.
Yeah.
But in this one, she is also frozen over, and she looks like she succumbed to the elements, but it's a much more realistic depiction of succumbing to the elements. And yeah, it works much, much better than the American box art.
Yeah, and like this, it's a small subtle note, but like I like the Wii logo being in black. The case is actually black too, which is neat. So it's like you never saw Wii games in black boxes unless you went to like a GameStop or something, but like you never see this. And I thought that was a really nice touch to it, because obviously the Wii logo being in white and bright blue, it would take away from the box, in my opinion. So I like all of the artistic like details that went into this, but I love this cover art. I actually think this is one of my favorite pieces of cover art. And yeah, so I mean that's gonna be my first one, unless you got anything else you want to cover here. So I don't really have a ton to go into here.
Just one thing I want to cover here, and it doesn't pertain to this box art really, but it pertains to Silent Hill Shattered Memories, though. So Silent Hill Shattered Memories, which I have not played because I haven't played majority of these games, is a pseudo remake of the first game, correct?
Yes.
So now that we have official confirmation that Bloober is making a remake of Silent Hill 1, are you hoping that they'd take any elements of Shattered Memories and put it into the remake for Silent Hill 1, or do you just hope it's a straight, remake of the first game, no elements of Shattered Memories?
So this is a balancing kind of balancing act for me. I want them to do what they did for Silent Hill 2 for the first one.
Okay.
I want them to rebuild that game from the ground up and do it with all of the love and care that they showed to Silent Hill 2, because that game was incredible. We've talked about that for pretty much probably every episode. But I love Silent Hill 1, the characters, the atmosphere, the beginnings of Silent Hill is something that really stand out. Like, because like to me, the way I look at it is, you remember when the Transformers movies came out?
Yes, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. My wife and I watched the first Transformers the other night just because we hadn't seen it in a long time. But anyway, continue.
But my thing is when the first Transformers movie came out, it was incredible. It was jaw-dropping. The first time you saw Optimus Prime go from a truck, even when you saw him as the truck, it's just like, oh my God, that's Optimus. And then you see him transform and become Optimus Prime. And it's like you hear that voice for the first time and you're just starstruck. You're like, oh my God, that's real life. Like, that's him. Like, and then they did Transformers 2. And it's like, all right, we've seen Optimus. He looked really cool. We've heard the voice. He's transformed. What's next? And then Transformers 3. All right, we've seen all this before. So with Silent Hill 1, that was the beginning. That's the origin. I really want them to really dig into that and do it perfectly. Like, so I would like to see them just stick with 1. If they take anything from Shattered Memories, so there is kind of like a...
Is it the phobia thing?
Yes. Like, you actually sit down with the psychiatrist and they ask you questions and stuff like that. I loved that. And that's really what made a lot of things great with Shattered Memories, but there's also a lot of things I didn't like about Shattered Memories. So...
Yeah.
So I would really like for them just to stick with the core game, personally.
Okay, fair enough. And then, that was my last thing that I wanted to talk about for this one. And then also we'll see if Bloober is going to continue to ride that hype train from Silent Hill 2 remake, because here in less than a month we're getting Chronos: The New Dawn. So let's see if they can continue their survival horror streak, since Silent Hill 2 remake was their first survival horror game, not just a
I mean, they had the medium.
Okay, but the medium, there's no combat still though.
Yes and no. I mean, there's not true combat like I was gonna say Call of Duty for some reason, like Silent Hill. But yeah, I mean, it's still a survival horror game.
Okay, I'll just take your word for it, because I still haven't played it. So.
It's still not to the level of Silent Hill, though. The remake was infinitely better than the medium, but the medium is still really good. It was very well written. So
okay, so yeah, Chronos: The New Dawn is coming out soon. Either me, Andy, or both of us will be doing a review for it. Probably.
Oh yeah, we'll be playing that one for sure. I'm excited for that.
Yep.
All right, well, you can roll into your next one, man. And this was I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one, even though this was gonna be one of my picks too. So.
Yeah, so on this one, whenever you texted me what you had picked for the topic for this recording, this was the first one that popped into my mind. And and that is going to be the first Max Payne. Fantastic cover art, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it gives you just enough, but it doesn't give you too much, No,
agreed. Like, this is so cool. And it's so cool to see Sam Lake on the cover.
That's what I was going to say too.
I love that.
Yeah, this is a perfect cover art, honestly. And Max Payne 2 had a really good cover art as well, but this one still beats it out of the water, man. This is such a good cover art. Just everything about it just screams, because like Remedy has, in all their games, they kind of have movie roots, if that makes sense.
Yep.
All their games are very cinematic, and this looks like a poster you would see in a movie theater. And so it lends in that regard, but it also lends in the fact that a little bit about Max Payne from just this cover art, but not enough to know him fully as a character. You just know that he's, a fugitive undercover cop. He has nothing to lose, and just the little on the yellow tape, it says "Do not cross," which is what it actually says on the tape, but it's also kind of a takeaway of like, do not cross this man.
I mean, it says a man with nothing to lose, do not cross.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. But but like they're just playing on it.
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
And that's what Chef's kiss. Fantastic.
I mean,
cover art.
in all fairness, like, not even just talking about the cover art, this game was incredible too, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, this was the invention of bullet time and stuff like that. Like, this game is like, this franchise is so good. I'm really excited. Have they said anything on the remakes in a long time?
No, they haven't. They're in production, from my understanding. But like, and you and I played FBC Firebreak here not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. But the last thing that they said was that they're working on updates for FBC Firebreak to get more people back into playing it because it dropped off really fast. Which I mean,
Yep.
that's a common trend with those types of games. So, but even though I enjoyed FBC Firebreak, I would trade it for Max Payne 1 and 2's remake sooner. I'm going to be honest, I really would.
I would too. Like, I to be honest, like, FBC Firebreak was fun, but it's not. I think I would be more disappointed if I didn't play it on Game Pass.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, if I actually spent the $60, I would be like, all right, this is kind of rough.
Yeah, I'm looking into it, and there hasn't been an update in a while, sadly.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait though. Max Payne is a fantastic franchise. So.
Yep. No, agreed. I'm excited to see that remake if they ever decide to.
Give it to us.
Yeah, we're kind of.
Yeah.
It sucks playing the waiting game. So.
Well, from my understanding though, because their next full big new game is going to be Control 2. But
Yep.
from my understanding though, Max Payne 1 and 2 remake is supposed to be out before Control 2.
Okay.
So hopefully we don't have to wait too much longer because I am chomping at the bit for those remakes.
No, those remakes are those are gonna be worth playing for sure. I'm excited to see those.
Mm-hmm. Me too. The heck was that? Anyway, you got anything else you want to say though about this one?
Nope. I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna start talking about the game because the game's fantastic. But no, I'm gonna move on to the next one. So.
Hey, well, real quick, what do you think about the Mark Wahlberg movie, Max Payne?
I'm gonna start moving on to the next one.
All right, we'll move on to the next one.
All right, this one's kind of funny because I actually haven't played this one.
This next one?
Yeah,
You own it though, don't you?
I own it. So it's a funny story. I bought this game and I bought it online, and it was sealed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it was a sealed copy.
Oh, so you just left it sealed?
Yeah, I don't want to open it. It's sealed.
Fair
It's a
enough.
brand new copy. So my next pick is gonna be Third Birthday. This is technically Parasite Eve 3. So this game did not get great reviews. Like, that's the one thing I do remember. And I remember them talking about if Third Birthday does very well, maybe we'll see a actual remake of the first two, or maybe we'll see a proper sequel to the game. Because this only came out on the PSP.
Mm-hmm.
So, needless to say, the game didn't do too well. But this is one of the cleanest pieces of cover art that I think I've seen. I love this, and I don't even think this picture does it justice because the cover art actually has like a foil kind of shine to it. Mm-hmm. And I love it, man. Like, red's one of my favorite colors, so I'm a little biased already. But this makes me, like, Aya Brea, the main character from Parasite Eve, this makes me think she's a badass and she's ready to go. Like, I love this cover art. It's clean. It's very simple. Yeah, and I want to play it, but I need to buy a copy that's open, not sealed.
Honestly, this, for me, because whenever I look at this one, it actually brings back like just a flood of memories of this kind of cover art, the style of cover art defined an era.
Yeah.
Whenever I look at this one, I think of games like Wet, for 360 and PS3.
Oh man, that's such a good game.
Yeah,
Such
I think
a
of
good
Wet.
game.
I also think of Blood Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this defined an era of cover art for games with badass female leads.
Oh yeah. No, this was definitely the like part of the pinnacle of the strong female protagonist for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, for me, I like this cover art. Parasite Eve is one of my favorite franchises. Like, those games are incredible. So anytime I can support them, I absolutely will. And who knows, hopefully one day Square will finally decide to give us a remake or an HD remaster or something. Who knows?
Well, if I were you, I would stop holding your breath. But
No, I'm not holding my breath on it. Trust me, I'd be long
Okay.
dead for that. So I'm just being hopeful at this point.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I don't have a ton to talk on this one, man, because like I said, I didn't play Third Birthday. I don't think you played it either, so.
I haven't played any other Parasite Eve games, so
Oh, that hurts my soul a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
it'll be all right. I promise.
All right.
I'll play them eventually.
Well, I will. I guess we can just roll into your last one, man. So.
Yeah. So for this last one, I picked one that is kind of a cop out. It's 6 different cover arts, but it's all for the same game. But this last one is the Simpsons game, which released to coincide with the Simpsons movie.
Yep.
But no joke, though, this cover art is great, especially how each edition has something different going on to Homer, and how each edition also has different background characters. It is great. Like the PS2 has basically Lord of the Rings version of Ralph Wiggum biting Homer. The 361 just has Homer celebrating. The PS3 has him attacking a
Itchy.
karate Itchy, I guess. Yeah, I know his name. I was just like,
Oh.
karate? So, the Wii version has one of the aliens from Kang and Kodos' race attacking Homer, which the Wii version is actually the version I had. And then you have the little crazy Krusty dolls for PSP, the chocolate bunnies for the DS. This is great. All of this is great. And the fact that they went out of their way to print different cover arts for each edition of this game is fantastic, and it's something you don't see anymore.
No, and to be honest, like until you sent me this, I didn't realize they did this many different cover arts for this game.
Oh, did you not?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Because
So
the 361 is the one I remember more than anything, so.
Yeah. See, and from my understanding, the 360 version is actually the best version of this game as well, and I do want to get a 360 copy at some point in time, but I grew up playing the Wii version, though, and, yeah, this game, ton of fun. It's not a great game by any means, but it was definitely just a soulless cash cow pushed out, by Fox and EA to capitalize on the movie coming out of,
Yeah.
one of the most profitable IPs in the world.
So let me ask you this then, since you got 6 options here, which is your favorite cover art?
Oh, that's so hard, man, because I'm really nostalgic for the Wii one just because I grew up with it, because you have Milhouse down there dressed up as the king of all cosmos from Katamari. You have the Simpsons version of Donkey Kong up there. I'm pretty biased to that one because I grew up with it, but just by glancing at all of them, which one do I think is the best and the funniest looking? I have to give it to the PS2 copy.
Yeah.
Just because all of these editions have Homer being attacked by, something different and out of place. Except for the 360 version, it's just him celebrating. But the PS2 version, him being attacked by Ralph Wiggum, is to me that's infinitely more funny than all these other ones.
No, I'm in the same boat. I'm looking at all of them, and for me, I recognize the 360 copy more than anything. That's the one I remember seeing the most. But looking at it, I love the PS2 art, and I also like the PSP one as well. And it's just because of the way Homer's freaking out over the little Krusty dolls at the down below him. So I don't know, but yeah, I was just curious, which one was your favorite? So
yeah, I would definitely have to say the PS2 is the best one.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yep.
Pepper's still howling, so I don't know if you could hear that, but
I did. I was like, does Andy have a ghost child in his office?
like I said, she's a pain. But no, okay. I mean, do you have anything else you want to cover on it? Cover on
No.
it?
Cover
on. Yep.
But no, that's it, man. I think this is a great piece of video game cover art, and like I said, the fact that they went out of their way to do 6 different editions is commendable, and it deserves a round of applause.
No,
So,
agreed. It's super cool, and again, like you said, that's not something we really see much anymore nowadays. That's kind of
oh no.
it's definitely becoming a thing of the past when it comes to stuff like that. So.
Yep.
But cool. Well, guys, that is it. This is kind of I want to say it's a shorter episode. I don't really think it is, but kind of a quick episode for us, I guess is what I'll say, because I don't know, we're recording a little last minute compared to what we normally do. But on top of that, this is more me just complaining because I was angry about the Shadow Labyrinth box art. So I'm not gonna
this
lie.
whole episode was just for Andy to vent his frustration.
It really was. I was genuinely angry when I saw that box. I was like, what the hell is this? So
No, fair enough. I would be upset too. So I can't
So,
even blame you, honestly.
but that's gonna be the episode, guys. I don't really. We've got a lot of stuff in the works coming up. We got more reviews we're working on. We're working on more side project stuff. I'm hoping to finally get back into the routine of doing solo channel stuff. And I know Chandler's got a lot going on for his solo channel. He's got a really cool idea that I'm excited to see more on. But you can follow me down below. I'm at Your Magical on YouTube, and you can follow Chandler, or he's over here at Neon L Johns on YouTube and all our social medias and stuff like that as well. Do you have anything else you want to throw out before we tie this one up?
No, just keep an eye on my personal channel for this big project that I'm working on. Not just because, like, oh, I want the views and everything, but genuinely I want y'all's feedback and I want to know what y'all think. Just because it's something different. It's something I have not done before. And so I'm really curious to see what the common consensus is on it whenever I do get it out there.
Fair enough.
So,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, as always, guys, we're still at 30 subscribers, so don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Tell people about us. We're actually getting a lot more comments and feedback. I don't know if you saw that stuff, but we're actually starting to get a little bit more feedback and stuff like that.
I think you just muted yourself. For
I
a
did.
second.
My mic is like right here in front of me, so...
Wait, we've been getting feedback?
Yeah.
I've seen the comments. I haven't seen the feedback.
Oh, I've been getting feedback from a lot of people just in person, so...
Well, you see a lot more of our adoring fans than I do. So.
Yeah, so, but it's cool to get that feedback. So, again, like, share, all that stuff. Let us know what's some cover art that you maybe personally love, but also what you personally hate. Like, what game stands out to you when I say what is your least favorite piece of cover art? And as always, guys, we greatly appreciate the time you put in just to watching and, sharing and all that stuff. We wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. It's fun getting to interact with all of you. So, as always, we greatly appreciate you all. And as always, guys, don't forget, let's keep it uncultured. We'll see you next time.